Okay, so these points we have seen related to CSO, and then we have seen the environmental ethics. So as we have discussed, the environmental ethics is the branch which is related with the ethics which need to be followed related to the environment aspect. Okay, so under that we have seen the various approaches. So these three approaches we have seen for this environmental ethics, and each approach, though the final aim is to have the environment preservation, but the way in which it is done, that is different in every approach. So that three approaches we have seen for environmental ethics. Then we have seen that the major causes for the environmental imbalancing, that is the pollution and reasons of pollution, then how that waste management can be done, how the waste can be minimized, air pollution त्याच्याबद्दल डिस्कस केले आपण, एनर्जी कंझम्पशन and carbon emission, that point we have seen. Then because of this Bhopal disaster, still the people are not able to live in the healthy condition, that point we have discussed. The next point, it is greening. So for as yesterday we have discussed the small things or small steps which we can implement for preserving the environment. One of them main, it is greening. So greening stands for keeping the environment with lot of trees. So greening is obviously maintaining the balance of environment. It is giving the organizations adopt green initiative due to the following reason. So organizations are also giving the focus on this greening approach because they get economic benefits from increased efficiency, then competitive advantage through innovation and public image. So all that things are there. At the green initiative मध्ये काय येतं? Green initiative means making the things which are helpful for making the campus or making the environment green. That first is in that is tree plantation comes, then preserving the trees. So one of the green initiative it is shown here, that is environmental friendly bike. So this is not producing the more pollution, and that is not producing any harmful gases at the output. So like that also, not only bike but other vehicles also you can think which are in the environment friendly way. Okay, so it again includes the green community, environmental campaigning, green tourism and environmental counseling. So what is that, we will see. So green tourism means specifically some of the organizations, they are sending or they are earning some money through this tourism, and afterwards whatever earned money is there, that is used as or that is given as donation to the organizations or charities which are helping in this green initiative activities. Okay, that is green tourism. Then environmental counseling. So this approach is related to, we can counsel the people, we can counsel the businessmen for this environmental ethics awareness and the steps. So whatever is the importance of environmental ethics, that should be trained, or that particular point should be properly given to the businessman किंवा त्याचं त्यांना ट्रेनिंग द्यायला पाहिजे, and then they should be aware about the simple steps whatever they can follow for this maintenance or for maintaining the environmental balance. Okay, so that are the steps required in environmental counseling. So it is very simple. Counseling means काय करतो आपण, एखाद्या व्यक्तीला वैयक्तिकरित्या सगळ्या गोष्टी समजावून सांगतो. So environmental counseling, that will be related to the importance of environment and maintenance of the environment. So this is showing the green yardstick. So which parameter is having how much weightage? Existence of environmental policy, 15, organization structure, 20, target setting 10. So in overall structure of the organization, the importance of environment policy, you can see whether that organization is following the environmental policy or not, that is carrying lot of weightage. So this is the total distribution. Out of that, if you say that is percent, so 15% it is there for the existence of environmental policy. So again, that is increasing the reputation of the company, reputation of that particular business, if the green initiatives are taken. Okay, then other parameters are also given here. These are related to structure of the organization. Baga, the existence of the environmental policy, that is for 15. Environmental performance, that is for 5. Internal environmental reporting system, that is for 8 marks. Okay, here आहे environment related whatever activities you can conduct in the organization. Okay, system of environmental audits. Environment system in the organization that can be divided into these different parts, and each part it is having the weightage given in the right column. Okay, then here is the chart which is showing the India's greenest companies. So companies and their ranks are written here. So ABB, that is the first company there. So top 10 companies are given who are showing the or who are taking the green initiative, and these are termed as the greenest companies. Okay, then these are the latest greenest companies. So those are also written here. Then, so here are the environmental concerns or environmental things in 21st century in India, that is given. So environmental concerns and economic goals are often at odd. So it is quite obvious. Economically profit पाहिजे असेल देशाला तर we need to enhance the technological part. We need to increase the industrialization. And if the industrialization is increased, the environmentality is again on the other side. On one side, if the industrialization is increased, that is giving economic growth. But environmental aspect काय होतं त्या ठिकाणी, that is disturbed or that is decreasing. So environment, that's why this is the first statement. Environmental concerns and economic goals are often at odds. As the population increases, the demand for electricity and transportation goes up. And if such demands are met, that air and water pollution would increase. म्हणजे we can summarize that as the technological advancement is done, lot of resources are utilized, and because of that the environmental balancing that may be misplaced. Okay, so it is very important to maintain the balance between the industrialization and environmental aspect. Okay, so the government also used market mechanisms such as granting of permits and reduction in taxes to encourage companies to implement pollution control measures. So it is mandatory for the companies, mandatory for the organizations to have the pollution control measure in their company. So for example, if any bike is produced, its pollution level it is checked. If it is satisfactory, then only it is allowed for selling in the market. That is called as the pollution control measures. Or another product you have seen, environmental friendly bike, that also you can consider as the government encouraging the companies to implement the pollution control measures. Okay, so this is about the industrialization and balance between the industrialization and environmental ethics. Okay, so next point here it is the responsibilities or business ethics and environmental values. So already we have summarized these points. काय आहे environmental ethics आणि काय त्याच्यातल्या values आहेत. So environmental ethics is field dedicated to understanding human responsibilities with regard to the natural environment. So for example, if you are continuously using the non-renewable resources, that we can call as the, or we can say that no one has, just a minute. Okay, so if the people, they are using the non-renewable energy sources at very large extent, then they are not following the environmental ethics. किंवा business मध्ये सुद्धा, when you are using the resources, you should be alert about the use of material, and that definitely it will give the sustainable development. Okay, so again, what are the points that may occur as an ethical issues? Water and air pollution, depletion of natural resources, loss of biodiversity, destruction of ecosystem, and global climate change. So all these are the causes if we are not following the business ethics in the environment. किंवा environment related ethics आपण follow केलं नाही, तर all these things can be happen. Okay, so then next is India in the 21st century. So already we have discussed. Government has also used market mechanisms such as granting of permits and reduction in taxes to encourage the companies to implement the pollution control measures. Okay, so already we have seen that. Then the next, pollution and resource depletion. Increasing pollution and resources जे आहेत, that resources are going on decreased. Okay, so threats to the environment come from two sources, pollution and resource depletion. Environment चा imbalance कधी होऊ शकतो, जेव्हा pollution होतं, and resource depletion म्हणजे काय, the resources which are required, that resources are going to be reduced. Okay, so these two are the threats in the environmental aspect or the environmental ethics. Then mineral depletion, oil depletion, deforestation. So these are the main things that we can consider in the resource depletion. So resource depletion means what? It is consumption of resource faster than it can be replenished. Okay, or replenished. So if any material you are able to generate in 1 hour, then below that particular time, that material it is consumed very fast. म्हणजे त्या मटेरियलला तयार होण्याचा वेळ आणि तो कंझ्युम होण्याचा वेळ ह्याच्यामध्ये खूप फरक असेल, तर that is called as the resource depletion. And those are non-renewable energy source असेल तर in that case it is very high, the depletion rate is very high. So natural resources can be divided into two types, renewable and non-renewable resources. So mineral depletion, oil depletion, deforestation, these all are the types of the resource depletion. Examples we can say mineral depletion, oil depletion and deforestation. हे सगळे जे आहेत ते नॅचरल रिसोर्सेस आहेत. Mineral, oil, forest, these are all the natural resources, so that should be utilized properly. Okay, so pollution is the undesirable contamination of the environment by the manufacturer or use of the commodities. So that is the pollution. So a lot of things we have discussed based on this point. Environmental damage is damage or harm done to the environment that threatens the welfare of all living beings. So pollution and resource depletion, all these are going to result in the imbalance of the environments. Okay. So what are the dimensions of pollution and resource depletion? So all that additional points are given here. Then ethics, what ethics we can follow to reduce the pollution, or ethics which we can follow in pollution control. So that guidelines are given here. Increasing efficiency in energy use, then use of environment friendly fuel resources, pollution prevention approaches. Agriculture मध्ये कुठले आहेत बघा, reducing the use of water and chemical inputs, adoption of less environmentally harmful pesticides or cultivation of crop strains with natural resistance to pests and protection of sensitive area. Okay, so these are the ethics for pollution control. So again, in the industrial sectors, pollution control approaches कुठले असतात ते दिलेले तिथं. मॉडिफाईंग अ प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस टू प्रोड्यूस लेस वेस्ट, म्हणजे एखाद्या प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस मध्ये जर जास्त प्रमाणात वेस्ट मटेरियल प्रोड्यूस होत असेल तर दॅट यू कॅन मॉडिफाय अँड यू कॅन प्रोड्यूस इट सच दॅट द वेस्ट इट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द लेस अमाउंट. Okay, so modify the process to produce less waste using non-toxic or less toxic chemicals, using the non-toxic or less toxic chemicals as cleaners, then this degreasers and other maintenance chemicals. So implementing water and energy conservation practices. So all these are the practices which you can include in the industry for reduction of the pollution and as well as to reduce the resources depletion. Okay, so reusing materials such as drums and pallets rather than disposing of them as a waste. जे material waste म्हणजे डायरेक्ट ते डिस्पोजल करण्याच्या ऐवजी can try how you can reuse it, how you can recycle it. So like that it is given simple steps. Then using at homes and schools, these practices including using reusable water bottles instead of throw away, automatically turning off lights when not in use. So these are the simple tips we can follow at home. Repairing leaking these pipes and hoses, switching to the green cleaners. So all these are the simple steps that we can follow. मग deplorable resources साठी काय आहेत ethics? Justice and sustainability, sufficiency and compassion, then solidarity and participation. So these are the ethical things that we need to understand. Okay, so here we have covered the chapter number 5. So CSO and environmental ethics, that 2 points we have covered. Okay, so I hope all of you are clear with the particular points whatever we have discussed. Also you can watch the lectures related to the guest lecture part for this particular chapter. Okay, so now we can so MCQs are there for this particular chapter in our MCQ sheet. You can refer it. And now we will start with chapter number 6. Okay, so chapter number 6 is having the title as what? Okay, are you clear with chapter number 5, all of you? Actually a lot of time we have given for chapter number 5 for your in your guest lecture as well as in our regular lectures also we have revised the things. So is it clear? Chapter number 5 to everyone? Yes, give some answers. Chapter number 5 is clear or not? Okay. So now we can start with chapter number 6. Okay. So chapter number 6 it is IT and government. So all of us know that IT sector, or what is the meaning of this IT word, because a lot of craze is there for these IT industries in the citizens, or we can say in the younger generation. Lot of craze is there for this IT field. So what is the meaning of this IT? What it stands for? Yes, IT means what? IT means what? Can anyone tell? Many times we are using this word. Give the answer, please. IT. IT stands for what? Yes, Sanjana, can you tell? IT stands for what? IT field आपण यूज करतो ना वर्ड बऱ्याचदा. IT stands for what? IT companies are there. So IT stands for what? Information technology. Okay. So here we are going to see these IT companies. So they are usually developing the various softwares. Their technological aspects are considered. So related to this IT industries, what are the ethical issues and how the relation is there between the IT and the government? That point we are going to see in this particular chapter. एक सिंपल एक्झाम्पल मी देते. आता आपलं गुगल अकाउंट आहे किंवा फेसबुक आहे, or whatever is now backup of our this WhatsApp and all that things. So that is saved somewhere, as we know. किंवा गुगल क्लाउडला बराच डेटा तिथं असतो. मग हा जो डेटा आहे, whatever is the data of the different people, then nowadays because of this IT and because of this technology, everything is ट्रान्सपरंट. सो म्हणजे आपण बँकेतून पैसे काढले तरी ते आपण ऑनलाईन कळतं थ्रू दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन टेक्नॉलॉजी. दॅट इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी इझी टू अस एज. बट अनदर एस्पेक्ट वी कॅन कन्सिडर की ते आपली कुठलीच इन्फॉर्मेशन आजकाल कॉन्फिडेन्शियल राहत नाही, कारण आपण गुगल वरती काय करतो, फेसबुक वरती काय करतो, हे सगळं एका सर्व्हरला सेव्ह होतं. आय होप ऑल ऑफ यू आर नोईंग दॅट थिंग्स. व्हॉट एव्हर आर युअर searches, whatever are your things that you are doing on WhatsApp, Facebook, everything is served in one of the server. Now the ethics related thing come to that. If that information can be accessed by that particular team, then it is their responsibility to maintain it as a personal and don't make it as a public information. ओके. आता ना आपण बघितलंय प्रायव्हसी ऑफ एम्प्लॉई इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट, नॉट ओनली फॉर एम्प्लॉई बट आता लाईक द टेक्नॉलॉजीज लाईक गुगल, फेसबुक, जीमेल, whatever they are doing, whatever surfing they are doing everything, for everything the confidentiality किंवा प्रायव्हसी काय व्हायला पाहिजे, त्याची मेंटेन व्हायला पाहिजे. ओके. सो दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू सी इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंट in moral significance to the business. So information technology and its moral significance to business. Then we are going to see what is code of conduct for this IT. Then data identity and security, crime and punishment. So whatever just now I discussed, this technology, there the data of the people that should be maintained private, it should be secured. And if it is not done, the crime, nowadays we are well above. Nowadays we are well aware about the cyber crimes and the odd things whatever are happening. So what are the punishments for that? Then how the government is acting as a stakeholder for any business, because though it is not directly but indirectly, as we are paying tax, there is the question comes of the government. So government is also stakeholder for every business. Then ethical issues in the relation between business and government, globalization and business. So all that points we are going to discuss in this chapter. So information technology. So information technology means what? That already we have discussed. So wherever we are going to see the technologies like internet, computers, smartphones. So all these are the part of the information technology. So information technology is this ubiquitous in the lives of people across the globe. So nobody is there who can live without this information technology. Nowadays that mobiles, phones, those are very common. These technologies take many forms of such as personal computers, smartphones, internet technologies. The list of growing constantly and new forms of these technologies are working their way into every aspect of life. So that is unavoidable thing which we are using frequently in our day-to-day life, this information technology. Then IT are used to record, communicate and organize information through the use of computer technologies in the business. So information itself can be understood as any useful data, instructions or meaningful message content. Then information technologies that is used to remind or inform someone that they have specific task in the business. So for example, in business now for communication, these mails are continuously used. जेव्हा मेल ही सिस्टीम यूज मध्ये नव्हते तेव्हा प्रत्येक गोष्टीची तुम्हाला एक नोटीस यायची. फॉर एक्झाम्पल previous days, some important notices they used to come only in the class, and the teacher used to read that notice and then the students are coming for that particular across the notice. But due to this IT, now this Gmail it is used. So for the business communication as well as communication with employee, this mail system is used and they are able to communicate very fast. So before some years when this mail was not there, it was taking long time for the customers and businessmen to get contacted with each other. But due to this IT, this has been become simple. Okay. Then the information technology can impact on moral significance. How it can impact on the moral significance? As the data gathering becomes more automated and ever present, we must ask who is the control of collective this data and what is done with it once it has been collected and stored. जसं मी सांगितलं तुम्हाला की आपला फेसबुक, गुगल ड्राईव्ह सगळा डेटा आपला that is transparent. Then how that data can be maintained secure or how that data can be maintained in confidential way, that all the things depend upon the information technology. Okay, which bits of information should be made public, then which held private and which should be allowed to become the property of third parties like the corporations. Okay, so questions of the production. Access and control of information will be at the heart of moral challenge surrounding the use of information technology. Okay, so when lot of data is there at centrally at the IT or at the information technology, then it is a good challenge or it is a big challenge for what data should be revealed and what data should be kept as a confidential data. Okay, for example, business transaction, ATM transaction, these are that informations are not public. For that information confidential is maintained. Otherwise काय झालं असतं, जर ह्या IT फील्डने इथिक्स फॉलो केले नसते तर कोणाचे बिझनेस ट्रान्झॅक्शन सगळ्यांचं बँक बॅलन्स एकमेकांना कळलं असतं, and they should have been able to do some unwanted things. Why it is not happening? Because the confidentiality and the ethical values are maintained by this IT field or the people involved in that particular technology. Okay, that is its moral significance of information technology. Then moral significance in communicating and accessing the information. Okay, so information technology has forced us earlier nations of privacy that were based on print technologies such as letters, notes, books, pamphlets, newspapers, etc. So previously these things were used for communicating. Okay, the moral significance that around these earlier technologies have been now strengthened by the okay, so I will summarize this particular slide, that in previous days how the information was conveyed, or how the what was the way of communication. So it was that letters or printing technology, notes, books, pamphlets, newspapers. But in nowadays, instead of this, you can use the any other technological things for doing the communication. Okay, so that is the main change that we have to understand, and that's why the role of this IT sectors, it is very important in maintaining the confidentiality of the data. Okay, for example, many times by the company, some personal information of employees also taken. For example, your nominee name, their birth of date, their all the details. मग हा जर डेटाबेस सगळ्या कंपनीमध्ये काही लोकांना त्याचा ऍक्सेस असतो, तर ऑब्विसली दॅट शुड बी केप्ट व्हेरी confidential, or that should be kept at very safe level. Then we can say the ethical values, it is followed by the particular IT company. So all these are the moral significance of communicating and accessing the information. Then बघा इथे तेच दिलेलं आहे, who has the final say whether not some information about the user is communicated or not. Who is allowed to sell your medical record, your financial record, your email, your browser history, etc. If you don't have the control over this process, then how can you enforce your own moral significance to privacy? So we know that in mobile, in laptop, there are various settings for maintaining the privacy. So all that things comes under the ethical values in the IT. Then the next part, it is IT code of conduct. So code of conduct means what? Everyone else of know. So in the previous lectures only we have discussed. I have shown you some practical examples also for code of conduct. So can anyone tell what is the meaning of code of conduct for any company? Code of conduct म्हणजे काय सांगू शकता का? Suppose आम्ही ट्युटोरियल मध्ये तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन दिला होता. Suppose consider that you have started one company and for that you are writing the code of conduct document. So code of conduct means what? Basically, what is the meaning of code of conduct? सांगा. कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट म्हणजे काय एखाद्या कंपनीचा? In first chapter we have seen no that point, code of conduct. So code of conduct means that is the guidelines for employees in the company. So how they should behave, how they should not behave, that is called as code of conduct. So that code of conduct should be properly defined for the IT companies. So for example, if you consider the simple example, yes, set of rules and regulations, that is the meaning of code of conduct. For example, in our college, we are having PPP system, we are having the system manual in which the role of every person is mentioned, or role of every responsible person it is mentioned. So what is the role of student, what is the role of teacher, HOD, dean, principal. Means it is defining how the employees should behave in their particular role. That we are calling it as a code of conduct document. And I have shown you various code of conduct documents for the various with some examples. Okay. Now the code of conduct for this IT, it is having mainly 3-4 points that we have to consider. Okay, so the code places an obligation on all to take responsibility for their own conduct and ethical behavior and to work and interact with technology and associates platform to achieve the environment. So where the people are able to work safely and productively. Okay, so these are the things that basically we have to consider in the code of conduct. म्हणजे जिथं लोक काम करतायत ते एन्व्हायरमेंट सेफ पाहिजे. Then that environment must be hygienic for the people who are working in the particular organization. Okay, then in code of conduct in the IT company, other or code of conduct for this information technology, another points you can consider. First points we have seen that they should have good interaction and the cooperation in the work. Then code of conduct for internet and network use. So obviously the internet or the network use, that should not be for the personal reason. Obviously जर कंपनीने एखादं internet facility वगैरे तुम्हाला दिली असेल तर that facility should be used for the company work only. That should not be used for the personal work. That is code of conduct for internet or any network issue. So the network and related to equipment, service and staffing resources are used to facilitate the exchange of information consistent with the academic, educational, business and import documents and research purpose. Okay, so what is the code of conduct for this IT sector? So for this particularly, these 2-3 points we have to consider. That is the company and university network, equipment, internet connectivity. So all that things we will see in the next lecture, that code of conduct for the IT sector, that we will see in the next lecture. Okay, so just today we have seen IT means what and what are the moral responsibilities in the IT sector, because IT sector is containing the all the confidential information of the users. मग तिथं जर ethics properly follow झालं नाही तर that private information may be considered that may be revealed as a public information and confidentiality of the users will not be maintained. Okay, so ते आपला इनिशियल पॉइंट बघितला आपण डिस्क्रिप्शन मधला. आणि नेक्स्ट आहे ते we are going to see the code of conduct for IT. Okay, so that we will see in the next lecture. So we will stop here today. You just type your number in the chat box and you can leave the meeting.